This
from
conference will
India.
now be recorded.
Okay. So I did my graduation in engineering and then MTech in structural engineering. Also, I did my MBA in operation management. And in 2007, I completed my certification in SAP. And since from 2007, I am in the SAP world. Prior to that, I was working in my domain. So I have 9 years of year experience in domains and 14 years of experience since from 2007 in SAP. So altogether, so we can say 23, 24 years of experience I have. Uh, Overall experience. Right now, working as a account manager for the two implementation projects, one which is on the age of completions and second is in support projects. Okay, so this is my quick background and I'm in this training field since from last 10 years. Okay, so we'll have the today some overview of SAP. What is SAP? What is ERP? Those who are already working in SAP, they might be aware about it, but no problem. So this is a and might be and refresh kind of the demo for them. Okay, so basically, what is ERP? What is ERP? ERP is enterprise resource planning. All the enterprises they are having the resources. What are that resources that every enterprise will have? I will not say only enterprise, but I will say every individual. Every individual will have some resources. You, me, Sayed, Priyank, everyone. I mean, everyone will have the resources. What kind of the resources we have? Man, machine, material, and most important is money. So all these four M's, these are the resources which we are having. If you utilize these resources properly, then definitely you will earn the profit. I have a lot of money, billions of dollars, billions of rupees. I have. I just dump that money in my house. Did I get anything out of it? No, nothing. Because I just dump in one room. It means that I'm having the money, I'm having the resources, but I'm not using it. If I'm not using that resources, I will not get the profit. Money will not get doubled automatically. I purchase a luxury car and busy Monday to Friday in my office works. Hardly get the time to travel outside. Because of the traffic, I cannot take the vehicle outside. I'm giving scenario. What is the use of that luxury car? I will say wastage. Every Saturday, Sunday, I can't go outside. I also need to take some rest. So what is the use of that material, machine? Zero. I have made at home. I am not giving the sufficient work to her. What's the use of it? I will say, oh, one maid is not sufficient. Need to hire another one. Means that the person which is already working with you, you are not using or utilizing that person completely. Hence, you are not able to get the work done completely. There is always work pending, and you are hiring the another one. So you are spending more money on the manpower. Means that the man utilizations of the resources you are not doing properly. Similarly, my materials in any organization or even you are at your home also, if you find out your 60 to 70% of money is get invested into the material and machines. 60 to 70. In an organization, material is a most important thing that everyone has to be taken care. Money, if I use that money instead of keeping into the one room, dumping in one room, if I use that money in my share market, okay, then I will get a profit out of it. I will get the profit. If I utilize that money in real estate, in some business, I will get a profit out of it. Any organization, if they are having the money in hand, they can perform the business. No, there are situation in last 2 years we have seen the pandemic situation. So I said I have given you all the groceries and everything, so you don't come outside the home. Will it work? No. You require the day-to-day activity. You need to perform the day-to-day activity. You have to come outside. Why? You require the milk, you require the vegetables, all these things, which you cannot store for 1 month. So you require the money in hand. Without the money in hand, you cannot perform the business. So cash is very important. Money in hand is very important. Cash flow is very important. What is my cash flow for the organization? How much I am getting, how much I am spending, how much is my income, revenue, which is coming from the sales side, and how much I am spending on the purchase side or some other expenditures which we may have. So all these things we are managing into the ERP system. Oh, so you meant to say ERP system is managing all these things automatically? No, ERP is not managing it. Then what? ERP is giving me a visibility. I'm getting a 360-degree view in SAP. If you have money, machine, material, everything in your house, but you don't know, then you cannot utilize it. Just because of the visibility, you are not able to utilize your resources properly. If you don't have the visibility, you cannot use it, you cannot get the profit, you cannot grow the business. That is what where the ERP plays a role. ERP will play the role here, and they will get the or ensure that the material will be or the money will be, machinery will be, manpower will be get utilized to its maximum extent. That is what the ERP will provide. Enterprise resource planning. So I can plan my resources properly. Any organization, any business, the ultimate aim of that business is to grow the business, to make the profit. No one is running the business for the charity purpose. They want to earn the profit. But if you don't plan the resources properly, you cannot get the profit. And where your ERP will play an important roles. So there are multiple ERPs available into the markets. Out of that, SAP is one of the ERP. BAN. BAN is the material management software. Then everyone is aware about the Tally. Tally is the finance software. Salesforce, that is from the sales side. PeopleSoft, that is from the HR side. And one of the ERP software, that is SAP. What's the difference between the SAP ERP and other ERPs? What's the difference? The basic difference between them is that all the other softwares, non-SAP ERP system, they are working in isolation. They are working in isolation. They didn't talk to each other. There is no communication between the two departments. Material management department, sales department, finance department, planning department, production department, plant maintenance, warehouse, quality. No communication at all. And as a human being, we are very bad in communication. We never communicate. I will drop you the mail. After 2 days, I will give the reminder. Then you will reply me. I will call you. Boss, please reply me. My customer is waiting. What's the result? Let's take the example here. If the customer knock your door, if the customer knock your sales door, and he demand that I want XYZ quantity, XYZ material in 10 quantity. So the sales department immediately pick up the phone, call to inventory manager. Sir, do you have the material? XYZ material the customer is demanding. How much stock we have? Warehouse manager is busy in his activity. He has also his own activity. Just now the lorry came and he has to unload the material. Or there was some emergency in the warehouse. So he's busy in his activity. Genuinely, not purposely. He is busy in his activity. He may not give the reply immediately. May not give the reply immediately. Okay, can you do one thing? You please drop the mail, I will reply. How much is the stock available? The sales manager will drop the mail to the inventory manager. Inventory manager will give the reply after 1 to 2 days after his sweet time. Will my customer wait till that time? No, customer will not wait. Ultimately, customer will say just to give the information whether you can provide the material or not, you are taking this much time. So what's the guarantee that you will supply me the material on time? I can't depends on you. You will lose the customer. The customer will search another vendor. You will lose the customer. Ultimately, you lose the profit. Where the SAP ERP plays an role. So SAP ERP, all the departments, they are tightly linked to each other. Integrated modular system. SAP is the integrated modular system where all the departments, they are tightly linked to each other, and the information is at the common pool level. It's a centralized system where everyone can look into the system and take out the information as per his requirement and as per his profile. Oh, then it is a common requirement. Then everyone can see my trial balance. Everyone can see my balance sheet. Everyone can see my profit and loss statement. No, not at all. A warehouse manager is not required to see how much is profit we earn. No, it's not his job. I will not give him the access. So SAP is an access control system. Will not give him the access to look into the database. Yes, information is there, but we can give the access to the business user as per his business profile. What is his business profile? He's a sales manager. Then he do not require to see how much profit I am earning. He need to see only how much is the inventory available, how much is the sales invoice pending. Yes, that much is required only for him. How much is the production in pipeline? How much is the procurement in the pipeline? As an inventory manager, I should see how much is the sales order, how much is the purchase order, production order, that much. Warehouse stock, that much. Finance details, I should not see. HR. HR will, they can see the other information, but we can't see the HR information. Otherwise, we'll start comparing to each other. So it's a SAP is the control system. So here in SAP, if suppose the customer knock your door, the sales manager will not ask to the inventory manager. He will directly look into the database and get the report. And he will promise to the customer, sir, out of 10 quantity, I have 6 quantity readily available with me. Just give me 1 or 2 days. I will get back to you for the remaining 4 quantities. I will get back to you for remaining 4 quantities. Customer is happy because you are giving the prompt reply and service. That's important for the customer. Any type of the customer. Take your individual example. If you went to any shops, malls, and if you demand something, if the shop owner does not turn back within some time, you will get disappointed. You will look to another shop. But he immediately reply you, then you will wait there. That's the customer satisfaction. Where the SAP is leading the other ERPs. It's a tightly interlinked system, modular system. And all these departments in SAP or in the business, sales, finance, warehouse, quality, inventory management, HRM, and HR department, purchase departments, all these are the modules in the SAP systems, different modules. Now, we already discussed what are the advantage of the SAP systems. We have the management is having, or everyone is having the 360 views. Management do not require to go into the finance department, behind the finance department. Sir, what is the, can you submit me the profit and loss statements? how much is the profit we earn, how much is the expenditures we are doing. No, directly they can dig into the database, get the information. Finance department will not behind the sales department and purchase department. How much is the invoice spending? How much is the sales or revenue spending? No need. Directly I can dig my database and get the information. Of course, there are certain disadvantages also. It's a huge cost of implementation. And SAP is not like the other system where you can play around it. It's a very tight system. And if you think from the management perspective, any management, any organizational management, they will happy to pay some extra money if you ensure that there will not be any loophole into the process, into the system. Yes, SAP provides the same thing. Whatever the changes you will do, the system will keep the log of it throughout the life of the system. Till the time you will not scrap the server. Till the time that log will be there. Even you put simple dot, system will keep the record. Previously dot was not there, now the dot is there. Who did it and what time and on what date, everything will get it. Via which business process, everything that is change log, everything will get in a system. That is the advantage. So I can say there is no loophole. Like in a tally, in tally I can have one record before the audit and after the audit I can have another record. I can play with record, but in SAP no. Being an buyer, suppose you are playing with a purchase order price, the system will keep the track. If the audit happens, the auditor can ask you, so why are you entering this value in wide range? Previously you entered 10,000, now then you and make it 1 lakhs, then you will again you change it. Why? It's not a typo. It looks something fishy. So you can identify. And as I say, SAP is very rigid system. SAP is the name of the software as well as the name of the company. Those who are already working, they are aware, but for the others. The name of the company is also SAP. It's a German company. And the name of software is the system application and product in data processing. So what knowledge I required? Just now I said to Sayed, you have business knowledge, which matter here. I don't require to program here anything. I don't require to program anything. Whatever the things I'm executing in my business, the same thing I will replicate into the system. So I am going to map the business process into the system. So whenever tomorrow you will go as a consultant to the business will start explaining you the business process. So you should be able to understand what he is telling you. If I don't understand what is quotation, what can I do? What can I map into the systems? Nothing. I don't understand his business language. We have to understand the business language. That is the matter here. Here your experience matters. Anyway, it doesn't mean like that. So what is the business process? We'll discuss that. So SAP is the software which was founded in 1972. So this year almost 50 years has been completed, and in this 50 year the software is quite matured. One of the person asked me, what is the life of SAP? Because those so many software came in the market and they're gone. What is the life of SAP then? I said, till you have business. And if the business stop, your economy will completely stop. So there is no end for SAP. Remember one thing. So SAP provide all the standard worldwide business processes under the more than 25 industry sectors, industry specific solution like your IS mill, that is for the steel business, IS oil, hydrocarbon business, refinery business, retail, or one of participant is working in retail. Then your general service software. So there are so many different industry specific solutions SAP has given. And initially the SAP started with the system that is R2. The name was R2. What is R2? It's a two-tier system where there was only presentation layer and the database layer. What is presentation? Your desktop laptop, that is the presentation layer. The end user, the person who is working, the system of that person is the presentation layer. And the database, nothing but the server where the data is residing. So in R2 system, the every person directly logged into the database. So definitely there is a congestion at the database level, traffic jam at the database level. So to properly manage all this traffic which is coming to the database, SAP introduced a new layer called the application, and then it becomes a R3 system. Then from R3 to ECC, Enterprise Central Component. Then from in ECC they have different versions, and the latest versions that SAP is having, that is HANA. I will not say latest because it was introduced in 2015, but still it's a new version because so many customers still they are working on ECC, Enterprise Central Component. So what is HANA? HANA is a high performance analytic appliances. High performance. So they increase the speed. They increase the speed. What speed they have increased? I'm having a mobile phone of 4 GB RAM. You are having the mobile phone of 6 GB RAM. Priyank is having the mobile phone of 8 GB RAM. Whose phone is fastest? Of course, Priyank's phones. But over the period of time, Priyank dumped so many data into his phone. So over the period of time, the performance of his phone will also get reduced. It means that it's not only the size of the RAM, it will my database also. So definitely if I say business will have the database. So in HANA, they have modified the certain processes, database level technical changes, so that you can minimize or you can avoid the redundancy of the database. So that's the new changes they implemented into HANA, and the speed is increases to such an extent that SAP sponsored 2015 World Cup. You know, in the World Cup, you had to show all the demos, yeah, I mean to say analysis, on the fly analysis of batsman, bowler, pitch, country, match, or that season analysis, all the different types of analysis that we need to show on the fly. So you can understand what speed you require. That speed HANA able to provide. So SAP is since from 2015 is in the market, and they are going and upgrading themselves every year. They are releasing one release. So the last one is that is in 2020, which was, and current one is in 2021. So that is the latest release. Some bugs and or some process enhancement they are finding, and they are releasing. How they increase the speed, how they achieve it, this is the concept. They use the concept in a memory platform. It's a little bit technical. As a functional, we may not require this technical knowledge, but at least you should know what is HANA. When you're going for the HANA, you should know what is the HANA. This is your normal database, RDBMS database. So whenever you give some command, that command will go to the CPU, CPU to RAM, and from RAM to hard disk. Again, the output will came from the hard disk to RAM and again to CPU, and you will get the output on the screen. So there is some communication time between the RAM and hard disk. RAM will hold some information which we require frequently, but on temporary basis. On temporary basis. So what SAP brings? What is the HANA database? SAP in HANA database, they club the RAM and disk together. Now your RAM and disk is the single unit. Now you can imagine what's the speed they can provide. And they reduce this communication gap also, giving the command from RAM to disk and getting the information from disk to RAM. So that's why we call this as the inner memory platform. So using this new technology, they are able to provide the required speed, as well as some technical changes, some database level changes, some process level changes they perform so that you can have the functionality which we can improve the performance of your business processes. Here in SAP, if you say SAP, then I will say SAP is a very wide software. 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years. I will not say it will not be the sufficient. I am having 14 years of experience in SAP, but I will say I am having 99% knowledge in MM. I am keeping that 1%. That may be any business process which I never come across to my any customer. That's why I don't know. But it is not the rocket science. It's not the rocket science. I can learn that business process without much more effort because I know the basic concept. So here during this training part, we will learn the basic things. For one business process, I may have the 10 different configurations. I will not go into all the 10 different configurations. We will touch to the basic configuration, which will be required for me to run the business process. But we should understand it at the conceptual level. That is more important because giving the solution is not a big deal. Telling the implication to the business, that is important. You will when you will work into the field, you will find that you are not having only the knowledge of SAP, your customer is also having the SAP knowledge. He will also come up with the solution. Sir, this is the problem, and probably you can implement this solution. So our problem might get resolved. They will come up with the solution. So what should be your input here? You should tell him, boss, we can implement this one, but this is the implications of it. Is it okay? Check with your finance. If your finance is okay for this implication, impact, I don't have an issue. Because it's a business systems, software business software, process is the business process. I am just a custodian of it. So you should be able to understand if I put some checkbox here, what will happen? And if I don't put the checkbox, what will not happen? What is the impact of this checkbox? Putting the checkbox is not so important. I told you, every time you have to put this checkbox. When you configure this plant, you have to put the checkbox. Fine, but why? You need to understand this why. So we'll ensure that during this training period, you will able to walk into the SAP field like a small baby. Sorry, I'm deviating a little bit. Like a small baby, we always teach the small baby walking. Please imagine the scenario. We never learn him how to run. He run on its own. by doing the practice. So in SAP is not the logical system. It's a business process, SOP, standard operating process. Any system which will have the process, you have to practice it. By practice only you can become an expert. Initially, I will say just follow blindly what I am telling you. Once you get a sufficient knowledge about the product or the process, then you start exploring. What is this field? What is that field? How can I do this? What can I do this one? During the training, we have different processes like the master data, organization structure, how is my company will be, what are the plans, what are the organization structures. Then we have procurement processes. Then we may require the master data for it. We have procurement processes. Then we have inventory management process. We have inventory management process. In a procurement process, we will see what is the requisition, what is the quotations, purchase order for the stock material, consumable materials, then contracts, quantity contract, value contract, scheduling agreements. Similar to the materials, you require the services also. So service procurement, how I'm managing my service procurements. Apart from this standard procurement, we have some special procurements. Why we come calling this as special procurements? Because here the processes are managed differently than the normal one. I'm not managing the process in normal way. I'm doing it in a different way. That's why we call this a special. System is also managing the stocks and all these things in different way. So we call this as a special procurement process. Like a pipeline procurement, subcontracting procurement. So these are all the my special procurement process. Pipeline procurement. Do you have any example of the pipeline procurement? Just imagine. Understand one thing, business processes are not different than what you do in your day-to-day life. Whatever the processes you are implementing at your home, in your day-to-day life, are the same processes I'm going to implement in business. Only difference is that scale. I'm doing at the lower scale here, I'm doing in the business at the larger scale. I may procure 1 kg material at home, I may procure 1 ton material in business. That's the difference, nothing else. I will give you one example, pipeline material. What is pipeline procurement? You have electricity at your home. Have you ever give the purchase order to the authority, electricity department? Never. Water supply, gas pipeline. All these are the 24 by 7, 365 days available at your doorstep. You need to just start the button, open the cock and start using it. Returnable transport packaging materials. Nowadays that concept is gone, but previously we used to have the gas cylinders. That is returnable transport packaging material because gas cannot be carried in the polythene bags. It requires the cylinder. So you have to return it. So these are the day-to-day, all the activity I'm performing in day-to-day life. Then we have warehouse manager. All the warehouse management activity that we'll see here, including the batch management material and the serial management materials. Whatever the activity will be performed by my warehouse manager, that I will capture it here. Then logistics invoice verification. When the vendor will supply me the invoice, we will verify it. And after the verification, if I don't find any discrepancy in my calculations and the vendor's calculations, we'll make the payment to the vendor. Then approving mechanism, how my procurement documents get approval in system, that is called the release strategy. Then pricing, landed cost of the material. If I purchase something, how much and what are the different prices I have paid. It's not fair if I say only the basic price of the material. I spend some money on transportation. I spend some money on the installation. That also you need to consider. That is called my pricing procedure. In a procurement, we need to identify what is the landed cost of material. Landed cost means when the material will land into my premises, what will be the total cost of that material. That we need to understand. Then we are going to cover here the valuations and account determination. Actually, this is the part of the finance, but here we'll cover it. There is a specific reason behind this. In any organization, as a consultant, if you go and if you provide some solutions, you have prepared a nice presentation, you have given the solution to the organization, all the stakeholders, everyone will happy and they will accept the process. One person will raise his hand, sir, what is the accounting entries? Can you please tell me? He is from the finance side. So we should have a basic knowledge what will be the accounting entry of my business process, because this is a integration between the and finance. So we'll little bit cross the line and we'll go on the finance side and we'll understand where my value of transaction is going, in which which GL account get debited, which GL account get credited. If you answer that person and if he is satisfied, the business will accept your business process, else they will not. Then material requirement planning, that everywhere we do. Then apart from that, we'll see some the technical details, that what are the data, how the data is getting stored, the table structures, what are the tables, field names, and the enhancements, processes, exits, body. That we'll discuss time to time during each business process. Here, all these topics, my methodology is that all these topics I will divide into three parts. One, business process engineering. Second, configuration, which I will do into the system. And third, like a end user, I will test that system. Whatever the system I have configured, I will test that system, whether it is working or not. Okay, that's it from my side. Do you have any question? Please go ahead. Yes.
Sandeep,
Yeah.
this is Saeed.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Please.
So everything that you went through here, is that what is expected on a daily basis in an SAP job, or is that different sectors of the business for SAP? So we'll get a complete overview of it, but will we be using all of these in our day-to-day job, or will we use a certain part of it, like material, warehouse, inventory, and stuff like that?
It is the day-to-day activity which you will perform under the material management, where I will do the procurements, inventory management, the two basic parts basically. Your material management is subdivided into two parts. That is, one is the procurement side and second is the inventory management side.
And we're going to be training on both.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
perfect.
day-to-day activity, common activity, which is the common across all the business.
Perfect. And when does it actually start?
Pardon?
When does the course actually start?
Oh, that you can speak to Naveen. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, just want to let you know this is very interesting, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other question?
Just one question, Sandeep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Priyank here. So, how many, as in, based on the speed that you were going, which is excellent, how many sessions do you think this whole course will take?
The whole course will take approximately, I will say, it's a 2.5 month course where we'll have the weekly 2 days trainings, and in one day, in one session, we'll have 2 hours training. So you can say it's a 40 hours trainings where we can understand the basic business processes.
Okay.
See, if you talk about the speed, this is a demo. And I need to speak a lot of things. Okay, but if you talk about the speed, initially my approach is that initially we will go at the slower speed. Once you are able to perform the transactions independently, then I will increase my speed. So that's vary from the process to process and from the level to level.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I can't go at the same speed everywhere in all topics. Sometimes I need to go little bit slow.
Yeah.
Initially, the participants they are also new. Some of the people they saw the SAP screen first time, so they may not be aware where to go because it's not the logical system that I can remember something or logically I can identify something. No, it's a process.
Yes. It is. It is. No, no,
Yeah,
the speed is brilliant. No. So it's a 10-week course, let's say.
yeah, you can say.
All right. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you.
I keep 1 week extra because sometimes because of some any issue we may not able to conduct the sessions. So I just keep 1 week extra.
All right. And these sessions will be recorded. Right.
That all these things we can talk to
Naveen. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything related to SAP that we can discuss it here. Any more question?
Hello,
Yeah.
sir. Do we need any
Sir,
end user experience
please tell me
to
your name, please. Please.
Ramakrishna? Yeah, it's me, Ram.
Ram Krishna. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do we need any end user experience because I'm not in SAP field. I am new to SAP. Yeah.
No problem. You need to
Do
put
we need?
some. No, not at all. Not at all. Not required. Not required.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you need to put some extra efforts compared to the other people then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's right. Okay.
Yeah. Because see, uh, why I kept it to 4 hours in a week? Because you will require the rest of the day for the practice.
Yeah, sir.
Hmm.
Actually,
Tujungi.
in weekends, in Saturday Sunday, it's 4 hours and daily 1 hour, right? From Monday to Friday. Or it's only Saturday,
No,
Sunday?
only 2 times in a week.
Okay. Only
Okay.
weekends only.
There is no point in taking daily sessions. The reason behind this, I don't have any issue, but you should be able to capture it. You should require some time to practice it.
Okay. Okay, sir. In Saturday, Sunday, 4 hours, 4 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
timing and everything that will decide.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hmm.
I just had another question. This is Priyanka again. Sandeep,
Yeah.
so will you be able to, after the sessions, will you be sharing some kind of documentation, like notes on what we have gone through?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
will
Okay.
share the presentation which will show during the training session.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. That will be very helpful. Thank you.
Yes. And one normally I don't know this is the right platform or right time to say it now, but normally I used to put some ground rules during the training that initially you don't look into the Google's or any YouTube video, don't refer it. There are a lot of literature available on the sites. Don't look at it. First focus, or I will say follow me blindly. Otherwise, what will happen? You will land up in no man's land. Once you get a sufficient confidence, then you can start looking the other literatures. But initially, you follow me, what I'm telling you, what I'm telling you, configure only this much, you just do that one. Otherwise, see, if I tell you everything at a one glance, it will be undigest to you. It will not digest. SAP is the ocean for the knowledge point of view. It's the ocean. Daily you will learn new things. And your business user will teach you new things. Okay. Anything else? Over to Naveen.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. There is a many more tools in SAP. Hello.
Yeah.
But which is the best tool in now for mechanical background? I have from quality department. I am
Yes.
from quality department.
Yeah. So
Which
I
is
will
the best?
say you're related to quality, so you know the materials and inventory or the warehouse processes. You
Yes,
are
yes,
aware
yes.
about it.
All processes I know
Okay.
for all processes.
I will suggest you to go in material management only. The reason behind this, see, while
Hmm.
selecting any module, you need to keep the two
Hmm.
things in mind. One, where I am having the knowledge. Second,
Yeah. Uh,
which one is in demand. So the best module of SAP is the finance.
Which one is demand? Is in demand, sir?
See, basically in any organization,
Hello.
if you go, they require minimum finance module. The next
Okay.
one that comes to material management. And after
Okay.
that, you have the peripherals modules like the sales, quality management, warehouse management, production plannings, and all
Okay.
these things. Without material management, you cannot perform any other activity.
Any other activities?
So
Okay, right.
yes, so basically
Uh,
finance and material management will be a basic module required for all the organization, all type of the organization, irrespective of what business process they have.
this is the base. This is the base
Yes. But if you know the
base of
finance, if
all
you know
modules.
debit credit, yes,
Okay.
yeah. So I will say being a
All
mechanical
right, sir.
engineer,
And what
finance is
is
not our cup of tea.
yes? No,
Yeah,
no, sir. Right.
yeah.
Uh, is there any job scope? How much percentage?
That Navin and team will explain you that one. Okay. Yes, definitely. That's why I tell you, what is the life of SAP.
Mm-hmm.
That's why initially only I tell you what is the life of SAP till we have business. And why we are going for the material management module? Because it's one of the core module after finance.
Okay, sir.
So there are more opportunity in material management compared to the other module after finance.
Mm-hmm.
Because everywhere I don't have the production.
Right,
Everywhere I
sir.
don't have production. Everywhere I don't have the plant maintenance. I'm in telecom
Okay, right,
sector.
sir.
I'm in telecom sector. So what kind of the production planning I will
Okay.
have? No. So I don't have the plant maintenance, production planning modules. No, I don't require it. But yes, material management is definitely
Ah,
required. That is what I am telling you, basically.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Understood? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So if we don't have any question, then we can stop it here.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is
Yeah.
Aplanaidu.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the explain understand the major business process in SAP MM?
Mm-hmm.
Sir, which kind of classes available, sir?
Sorry, I did not get you.
Which kind of classes available, sir?
Classes.
Yeah, modules,
All the modules.
all
I
modules.
did for training purpose you are saying, or for the in SAP how
Training
many modules
purpose,
are
sir.
there?
Already working in MM modules. Sir.
I didn't get your name. What's your good name?
Aplanaidu, sir.
Apal Naidu. See, this trainer is for particularly MM module. Naidu. Okay. So if you are, interested for some other modules, you can discuss offline with me. Okay.
Okay, sir. Already working MM module, sir. Last 3 years.
Okay. You're already working
Get
on MM module, so you want to upgrade to S4HANA
upgrade
MM, or you want to choose up any other module?
other modules, sir.
Okay, fine then. Okay, then we'll discuss offline for that part. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Other people, do you have any other queries for Sandeep, or else we can discuss offline other things? Okay. Ahuja, Priyank, Harsha, Syed.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay then. Okay. So we'll discuss offline, and we'll plan the one schedule. Okay. Probably we can follow the same schedule, Saturday and Sunday same time. Okay.
Okay.
Later we'll discuss.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that.
Sure.
Before saying
Thank
anything,
you.
we'll discuss that one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you.
So
Thank you.
shall I drop?
Yeah, Sandeep. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
I
Thank
can
you.
see Krishnam Raju. Is it Devi? Krishnam Raju joined us. Krishnam Raju.
Devi.
Okay, Devi. Okay then, Devi. Fine. Devi, we'll discuss offline. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.